Beloved in the Lord, the peace of the Lord be with you. I trust you are doing good by the grace of God, and we bless God for ushering us into the 11th month. Yeda Christo ase, so wode yen ewura bosom ye to so du bia konim yeda na se. Today we are going to reflect on First Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 13 to 18, and the theme is there is life after this life. Paul etros sa krata mienu both First and Second Thessalonians to new converts and as a new believers and kwofo amoabeji edi foforo na wogidi ye enche. They were less than 2 years and Paul wrote this letter to them. He had two major objectives for writing these two letters. The first one was to show his gratitude to God for their faith to the message he preached to them in spite of the persecution they endured. Inti ne senti ba kone se wo tro koma won da nyame ase se wo da so kura gidie ne mu fa hone atete ya na wonam mu na de etoso mienu ni also wrote to them to encourage them to walk in a way that will be worthy of their calling. So when you read from chapter 4 verses 1 to 12, and now Paul was encouraging them to walk in a way that will be pleasing to their God. Enkofo we mu ye nkofo na wo begidi ye enche. I said they were less than 2 years. Inti na wo ye Christopher foforo, and Paul had preached to them that Christ will come again. Inti eshewadwemu, they were waiting for Christ to come. Inti na wo bo won bra se nkofo a wo twen Christo ne ma ye toso mienu. But at a point they were confused. At a point they were disturbed because ebia ye twen Christo manaba biem ewo mu ana we efrimu ewo mu ana we ewu. They were disturbed at a point, so they were so worried, and Paul wrote this letter to them. In chapter 4 verses 13, Paul says that, but we do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about those who are asleep, that you may not grieve as others do who have no hope. Until Paul was making them aware, he wanted to inform them about those who are fallen asleep. To Paul, dear, so be was say wada, because na ye nimise so he says, I don't want you to be uninformed. It means that he wants so he wants them to be aware, he wants them to be informed about those who are fallen asleep. Now what catcher must say be every man mamuni avrewo. Do not grieve like those who have no hope. Mamuni avrewo se one more won't need any so for us your hope. So when you read further, he says that you're ready Yesu Christo ewu ye no was sorry. So we also have that hope that ye no more we no wabesan asori biem. Na mamo nya mo adwen se wo mo adeda no Yesu beba no wo mo enkobi. No, there is life after this life. Into we mu de omo adeda. Na since our Lord Jesus rose from the dead, no yanso ye ne won nyina bebom. Enti edani dra na aban ni bom a womo adeda ni nyina besan asori na omo abeka ye ho bi na ye nyina ye di ehrusie. So I don't want you to be worried. I don't want you to grieve like those who have no hope. Yen ye weni daso nti anape dia me pesa me ka chewo twa adwen gina so ne se abrabo we ye free abrabo we yi mu a abrabo foforo bi wo ho ye free enkwa we mu a enkwa foforo bi wo ho ma ye nye se Thessalonica na at a point they didn't know what to do. They didn't understand. Now when him say woo na san, but there be woo and say if you say after this life there is another life. And on Paul can say yemo abrabotene ne abrabo esefata ama Yesu sign o sane na ni onyamo etoso mienu no ye ne no abom edi ehrusie anape mi pese metwe wadwen gina so say emmo wo bra biara efiri say abrabo we yechi no abrabo foforo bi wo ho awurade asomdwe enkan.